With the ending to Marvel Studios' Agatha all along, we know the story is far from over, particularly for Billy Maximoff, the son of the Scarlet Witch, aka Wiccan. We know we're building up to Young Avengers, and with the ending of this show, the story is going to continue. But of course, now the big question is just when and where will this story continue? Because I talked about it in my review of the finale a couple days ago, that I'm really excited to see where this story goes, because obviously now Agatha is a ghost, and she and Billy are basically teaming up, and they say, okay, let's go find Tommy. So where are we going to find Tommy? Are we getting a season 2 of Agatha all along, or will it be a spin-off? Will it be another series? Will it be a special presentation? Because there were rumors maybe a year ago now that there was going to be a Witches Road special presentation on Disney Plus. Doesn't seem like that's going to be the case anymore. But there's also Vision Quest, which we know is coming up, which is kind of going to be a third part in this trilogy of WandaVision witch stuff. So that was a possibility as well. But I talked about in my review, I didn't really see that being where we would go. It feels like Vision Quest is kind of going to focus on other story elements and not really Billy and Tommy necessarily. So that's why it now comes as no surprise that scoopers like Danny RPK are now saying Marvel Studios is developing not a second season to Agatha all along, but the story will continue in a Wiccan Disney Plus series. Now this is interesting, very interesting, because obviously, Agatha all along, it introduced this new iteration of Billy and really brought Wiccan into the MCU and shepherded that character, which is great, but it was still very much Agatha's show. So now we are putting even more so the focus on Billy. Now the only thing with this though, I don't really know what the story would be. I mean, obviously the overarching goal is find Tommy, but other than that, I don't know what the story would be for a 6 to 8, maybe 9 episode show. But obviously, to be fair, I had absolutely no clue what they would do with Agatha all along, and that turned out great. So this sounds promising. And obviously, Wiccan, Billy Kaplan, Billy Maximoff, whatever you want to call him, he is probably, I would say probably the most popular member of the Young Avengers in the comics, and obviously we know that's where we're building up to in the MCU now, so it makes sense that if any character from the Young Avengers, besides, obviously we know we already have Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, that Wiccan would get his own project, and I think that's actually a really cool idea, and this project's going to do a lot for the Young Avengers, because it's not only putting more of a focus on Billy, but also, of course, bringing Tommy back into the picture as well, who, of course, himself is also a member of the Young Avengers. But speaking of the Young Avengers, and Young Avengers already introduced to the MCU, in the same post from Danny RPK saying that a Wiccan Disney Plus series in development, he also said Hawkeye Season 2 is also on the way as well, which for me is even more exciting, because this is one of those Disney Plus shows from the first year of the MCU Disney Plus shows, where we just got like 4 or 5, maybe 6 different shows that year. And this is one of the ones that people liked less, but for me personally, it's one of my favorites, because Hawkeye's just always been one of my favorite Avengers, and plus you got the whole Christmas setting, which was just perfect. I can't wait. I rewatch it every Christmas, so I'm looking forward to, now that we're in November, it's the holiday season, people, so I'm excited to start rewatching Hawkeye sometime fairly soon. And it's really just such a weird thing with these Disney Plus shows, particularly MCU Disney Plus shows, where like they do a season and they don't announce that they're doing another season until like years down the road, like with Hawkeye here. Obviously things like What If and Loki, we already knew going into that we were getting a second season, and then things like WandaVision of the Falcon Winter Soldier, we knew that those were just miniseries and the stories would continue in the movies. But something like Hawkeye, there was nothing said. It kept being marketed as season 1 rather than the complete series. So there was definitely still hope. So now, all these years later, we are finally getting a season 2 for Hawkeye, which of course, again, is very exciting. And this isn't the first time we've heard about this either, because I did do a video about this a few months ago now, with plot details for season 2 that is also going to take place around Christmas time. We're going to introduce Clint Barton's brother, Trickshot. So this is something I'm very, very much excited for. And again, also building up to the Young Avengers, with Kate Bishop being another one of the more popular characters from the comics, and obviously in the post-credit scene for the Marvels being recruited to the team. So certainly very exciting stuff here coming in the future of the MCU. The only thing is, don't know when this will actually happen, since neither of these have been officially announced. Will they come within the multiverse saga, or will this be after? I feel like most likely at this point, it's probably going to be after. It's looking like, unless they can potentially like already have these things written or start writing them now and get them shot next year, because obviously we know a lot of Disney Plus projects are coming out next year, particularly live action. We got Ironheart and Wonder Man and Daredevil Born Again. Hopefully maybe get a Hawkeye season 2 out in time for like Christmas of 2026. That would be pretty cool. And then hopefully Wiccan sometime in there as well. Don't really know the extent of like, are the Young Avengers going to be involved in Doomsday and Secret Wars? That's kind of another question to bring up as well. But we do know that Marvel Studios kind of fast tracking the multiverse saga and just trying to get it over with as soon as possible, because most people are not really into it. But these two show ideas I am into, and I'm very excited for this. I'm really excited to see this story from Agatha all along continue in this Wiccan series, to get more of that character, go on this journey to rescue Tommy. And of course Hawkeye season 2, which I just love. Season 1 I think is heavily underrated. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for this. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this news? Of course, you can take it as a rumor for now, take it with a grain of salt. It's just coming from scoopers, but Danny RPK is one of the more reliable sources. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I keep up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.